Today we welcome Prospect Resources Managing Director Sam Hossack. Sam, thanks for joining me today to discuss the announced Sibelco offtake agreement and what this really means for Prospect and its investors.
Thank you very much. The Sibelco announcement is a fantastic achievement for Prospect, and it's for our ultra-low iron Petalit. And we're not aware of a contract of this size or scale, so it's very significant and a great milestone for us. Some of the key contract terms, it's a 7-year offtake agreement for up to 100,000 tonnes per annum, which over the term is up to 700,000 tonnes. So it's very material, and this takes the Arcadia offtake up to 71% against the DFS volumes, and that's 100% of the low iron Petalit, and doesn't yet account for the increase that we recently announced in recovery from Petalit flotation. It's very material. We have see this as a massive milestone and de-risks the progression. And certainly in a counterparty or offtake partner with Sibelco, you don't really get a stronger partner. They've been selling Petalit into the European industry for up to 40 years. So they're very strong. We're very encouraged by them, and yeah, that's a great milestone for us.
And this agreement gives some pricing protection as well, I understand?
Well, there's certainly a minimum pricing and reconciliation of cost. So it's a sophisticated European contract. It's quite different to the spodumene contracts, but in its right, it's very strong and great value for the investors of Prospect Resources.
Now, Sam, in your last discussion with the Market Herald, you placed a strong emphasis on the technical market. We understand that this is about higher quality spodumene and Petalit, but can you tell us a little bit more?
Spodumene and Petalit are both lithium products, and lithium is very contemporarily famous for its use and demand in the EV sector. But there's also a premium aspect to the demand for these lithium products, and that's called the technical market, the non-EV market. And it's a very mature market. It's very much a globally dispersed market with a big emphasis in Europe. The technical market demands premiums or pays premiums for ultra-low iron products, and both the spodumene and the Petalit meet and exceed the needs of the customer. So that's also very promising. There are very, very few other producers. Talison down at Greenbushes produce a technical product, and so this is comparative in its lithium to iron ratio. So very, very strong product demand for it.
And what does the product ultimately get used for then?
It's used in a range of applications, primarily in glass and ceramics. And with a typical iron ratio, there's limitations in which glass products can take that type of high iron. With ultra low iron, the clear market and importantly the premium optical market is where we'll now start focusing and seeing how to penetrate that.
To financing now, and I understand Prospect Resources recently appointed Renaissance Securities as its exclusive financial advisor. Can you give us an update on Uranium One and Renaissance Capital?
We're obviously under MOU with Uranium One for up to 51% of the spodumene and for some equity. So there's not much that we can actually tell you at this stage. It's promising and it's progressing. And Renaissance Capital have a very strong African and Russian experience. They're based in Moscow, and with COVID-19, there's some advantages. They obviously can meet up with the Uranium One team. So they're advising us. They're very strong advisory. And we obviously working very hard to bring that news to the market on how that's going to transpire. Remember that Arcadia project is the 7th largest lithium hard rock deposit, and it's unique in that both products, Petalit and spodumene, can be sold into the coveted technical market. And when you take the Petalit sales as a credit for spodumene, we're absolutely confident that we'll be the lowest cost spodumene producer globally. So that's something that I've got to work on with the team, bring those economics forward and to the market.
Thank you for that overview. So back to the Sibelco announcement. With this offtake agreement secured, what can investors expect next?
We're working very hard with Uranium One and in sort of strong advice from Renaissance Capital, so progression on that is a focus for us. The project finance through Exim Bank is progressing, and that's a focus for us. Developing our economics around the technical market for the spodumene and Petalit, and bringing those economics to a definitive or at least feasibility level. So that's what we're focused on, and we'll be back here as soon as we have some news.
Thank you very much for joining us, Sam Hosak from Prospect Resources. It was great to see you again.
Thank you, Sonia.